Welcome back. I'm PJ Rydell.
And I'm Caleb Kukin.
Messiah had tons of success in athletics this past semester, but the women's soccer team almost did what no other team on campus did, which is win a national title. The women made it all the way to the Final Four, where they played Johns Hopkins University in Salem, Virginia, where they unfortunately lost a heartbreaking 4-1 game. But the loss does not take away from the fantastic season that they had.
To reminisce on this fantastic season the women's soccer team had, as well as some of the other teams that played this semester, we'll be looking back at some of the best plays we saw from each team during this semester. First, we start with the women's soccer team as we go to their 5-0 win over Rutgers Camden in September. Here's Messiah with the corner. What a ball. And here comes Julia Martin out of nowhere to put that one in. I need to see this one again. Here comes Martin. Martin, who's only listed at 5'3", is able to rise above all the other defenders in the box and net that one for the first goal of the game. The women finished their season with a 22-3 record and also captured their 19th conference title with a win over York. The accolades didn't stop there as they had 4 all-region players and 2 All-Americans.
And with that play, you had another first year making some impacts. That's going to be a trend here going forward with the highlights. On September 28th, the Messiah field hockey team traveled to Ursinus College for a big game against the Bears, where they would reign victorious by a very tight final of just 3-2. In a tight game, the defense became all the more important, and Messiah's goalie Katie Brubaker was certainly up to the task in this next highlight. Working down the sideline, Addie Plummer gets the ball for Ursinus, working into the near corner, now into the crease. Advancing, looking for the shot, gets it, denied twice in a row. We're going to have to take a look at that one again. It somehow stays out of the net. Looking at it again, the first shot off of Brubaker, save number 1. Save number 2 with every inch of the extension there. Beautiful save by Katie Brubaker as the Falcons held on to the 3-2 tight win thanks to the defense. After that big win at Ursinus, thanks in part to Brubaker's play, the Falcons improved to 7-2 on the season at the time. They ultimately finished 17-3 overall.
Wow. The Messiah men's soccer team dominated all year, going undefeated and making them favorites against Widener in the MAC Commonwealth Championship. Against Widener, the Falcons certainly played like favorites all 90 minutes of the game, beating the Pride 5-0. Here's Messiah working the ball around midfield. Here's Luke Brodigam, and he dishes it off to Grotov, and Grotov lets that rip. My, oh my, I need to see that one again. Grotov, no hesitation here. He sees the space. Look at that shot. Puts it out of the reach of the goalie. Shots like that made the Messiah men's soccer team earn the #1 seed in the NCAA tournament, but had their season ended in a heartbreaking PK shootout loss to Williams College. They still finished with a very impressive 20-0-2 record.
The women's volleyball team also had a strong season and played in a thriller on homecoming weekend, hosting Penn State Altoona. After a neck-and-neck first set, the Falcons fell behind 24-21 with the game point on the line, but they would not be deterred that easily, as they managed to find a way to rally back and tie it. Here with the 24-24 tie, it's the Falcons with the kill. Mackenzie Fight puts the Falcons up by 1, and with 1 more point can seal the deal here in set 2 as they get prepared to serve again. This one rallying back for the Falcons, and with the serve, it's going to be Caitlin Breeches off the screen, but the play here could ultimately seal the deal for the Falcons. The serve incoming and plays perfectly on that back line. It's inbounds, and the Falcons come away with a huge win. Take a look at that again. Just barely inbounds, and the Falcons come away with that win. They would go on to win the 3rd set as well for the clean sweep of Penn State Altoona, improving their record to a staggering 14-2 at the time. They finished the season 19-10 overall with a MAC Commonwealth semifinals appearance to boot.
The women's basketball team started off hot as they dominated in the tip-off tournament, beating Lycoming in the first game and winning it all against SUNY New Paltz in the championship. This play comes from the first game where senior Amber High shows a mix of hustle and pure skill. Here's Milanese over to her sister Charlotte. Charlotte finds High in the corner. Bang. High knocks that corner 3 down, but High's not done yet. Look at this. Gets back on defense, picks that off, and draws the and 1. Amber High, 5 points in a matter of 10 seconds. Here's High again. Good awareness to draw the and one there. The Messiah women's basketball team continue to roll as they started off this season with a 5-2 overall record and a 2-0 record in conference play. They still have a majority of the season ahead of them, and they are going to be exciting to watch all season.
Still a lot of basketball to watch, and for the men's basketball team, they couldn't have started the season on a more dramatic note than they did this year. In the very first game of the season, the Falcons battled it out in a double overtime thriller against Penn State Abington, where again, first year, Caleb Lyles rose to the occasion in his first collegiate game. Here in overtime against Penn State, on the right side, finds Lyles in the corner. Lyles for three, bang, knocks it down and hits the deck as well. It's going to be an and one opportunity as he sinks the three. It could be a 4-point play. Take a look at the three again. Lyles lines it up, gets over his defender, lands on his defender's feet, rolled the ankle, but he still manages to go to the line, and the free throw ties it 70-70 all. That's huge for the Falcons going forward as they go into double overtime. After double overtime, the Falcons would prevail 80-77 in one of the best games of the year across all sports at Messiah, quite frankly. The men's team is 5-3 on the season with a home matchup against Wilson on Wednesday evening. Like you said, still a lot of basketball to watch.
Messiah Cross Country had an impressive fall season as 4 Falcons were selected for all-region. They also had 2 runners, Logan Horst and Andrew Hutchinson, compete for a national title in Michigan, where they both earned top 100 finishes.
And at the beginning of the semester, here at YBTV, I got the chance to sit down with the new head swim coach Ryan Kauth and talk about his journey as a swim coach and what he's going to bring to Messiah. And so far, in his first season, both the men and women's swim teams are 7-0. Talk about making an immediate impact on the program.
A couple weeks ago, we got to see some Messiah wrestlers working as ball runners for soccer and field hockey games and how they impact the quality of play here at Messiah. But their season of ball runners has ended and their season of wrestling has begun. They hosted the Petrofest Invitational this past weekend and finished in 7th with 6 Falcons placing.
And that does it for this semester recap in Messiah Sports as Messiah looks to have even more success with their winter and spring sports next semester, which you'll be able to follow right here on YBTV. Thanks for watching this YBTV special Semester Rewind.
Yeah.